Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about sentence types. As we go along, you need to be copying the notes that are in black into the grammar section of your notebook. So the first thing is that there are 4 types of sentences that we're going to be discussing in today's video. Simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, and compound complex sentences. A simple sentence is basically an independent clause with the capital letter at the beginning and proper punctuation at the end. If you remember our notes from clauses, we talked about that an independent clause has a subject, a predicate, and a complete thought. So you take that, make sure it's capitalized at the beginning, make sure you have proper punctuation at the end, and you've got yourself a simple sentence. Examples are, I am going to the store. He rode his bike to school. They are a fun group. So each of these can be independent clauses on their own, but when we add the punctuation and proper capitalization, they become simple sentences. Compound sentences are where you combine 2 independent clauses or simple sentences together using a comma and a coordinating conjunction or a semicolon. So that's 2 different ways that you can join them together. An example would be, we will go to the store, comma, and we will pick up some ice cream. Notice that we will go to the store can be a simple sentence all on its own. We will pick up some ice cream can also be a simple sentence all on its own. So we join them together to make a compound sentence, which really keeps them from being short and abrupt. It makes the writing and the reading more interesting because you have added variety to your writing style. Mark went to the beach, semicolon. He also went to the museum. So again, you see we've got 2 sentences that could stand perfectly well on their own. But in this case, instead of using the comma and coordinating conjunction, we've simply used a semicolon. Now, you need to remember that coordinating conjunctions are going to be your fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Any one of those can be used after a comma to join 2 independent clauses in order to make a compound sentence. Complex sentences are going to be when you join an independent and a dependent clause together. So, if you remember from our notes on clauses, an independent clause starting off the combination means you do not need a comma. However, if the dependent clause starts off the combination, you will need a comma. Here's some examples of what that looks like. In this first sentence, because it got too late, comma, we had to miss the movie, you can see that our dependent clause starts off the beginning of the sentence. We've got that subordinating conjunction because, and the clause because it got too late. There's not enough information there. It's not a complete thought. Because it got too late, what? So we use that independent clause to give us the rest of the information we need. We had to miss the movie. And then you'll notice we've got a comma separating the 2 clauses. Now, if we flip their positions and we start with the independent clause, we had to miss the movie because it got too late, you'll notice that there is no comma between the 2 clauses. Instead, it just runs straight together. My grandmother was released from the hospital since she was doing much better, versus since she was doing much better, comma, my grandmother was released from the hospital. A compound complex sentence is simply going to be one in which you join 2 or more independent clauses with at least 1 dependent clause. So, because it was raining outside, comma, we decided to go to the movies, comma, and we ate lots of popcorn. Now, notice here that our dependent clause starts off the compound complex sentence. So, we have to have that comma between it and the first independent clause, we decided to go to the movies. Also, we have joined the 2 independent clauses here using a coordinating conjunction. So we have to have a comma before that coordinating conjunction. Now we can switch this around so that our dependent clause does not come first, and so we eliminate one of our commas this way. We decided to go to the movies because it was raining outside, comma, and we ate lots of popcorn. So here you can see that we've got the dependent clause sandwiched in between the two independent clauses, and so therefore we only need the 1 comma before the coordinating conjunction at the end. All right, so that's all the information that we have about the 4 different types of sentences. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask.